This is Will from PZ Tuning, and I'm here at his shop to check out that 9th gen Civic that we said was the most powerful in the world. Maybe it isn't, but it's getting closer, as we'll show you in just a minute. And we're also going to take a look at all the carbon work they've done, the aerodynamic stuff they've done, and maybe get a little update on how things went at Global Time Attack in Road Atlanta.
Absolutely. So,
what's
Dave,
going on? Tell me some stuff since we last saw you on the dyno with no roof, no doors, no hood, it was just a motor and a car.
So our invisible carbon turned into not so invisible carbon
It did.
anymore, and it just showed itself up.
It did. With a lot of work, I'm sure.
A lot of work, a lot of hours, a lot of lessons, good and bad.
Yeah.
But proud of the work we did. Me and Alex, we worked like crazy to get all the pieces ready, and it turned out exceptional. Yeah, so the trunk has some interesting cutout going on there.
Yeah, what is going on here? Well, this is that's a strange looking exhaust pipe.
Me and my team decided to do some aerodynamic enhancements.
Yeah.
And we were playing with this idea right from the start of the beginning of the car, and so what we've done is basically a little aerodynamic tunnel to help move the pressure point forward and basically take the downforce that would typically be in the underbody near the rear of the car and move it a little bit more forward to increase the front downforce grip while we get up to speed.
And in theory, is this exit helping the wing work as well? Are they collaborating? Or?
It would compound, so it will help aid the airflow underneath the wing, and vice versa. The wing will actually help the airflow coming from via the tunnel.
And in practice, how did that play out for you at Road Atlanta?
It felt great at Road Atlanta. That was the first time we used it at speed, and it was interesting. I think as we learn more about the car, we know that it was very stable at speed.
Yeah.
We pulled some seriously high Gs. We actually pulled 2.1 Gs through corner 6.
Wow.
So I know there's incredible grip available in this car. It's just a matter of us, taking advantage of all the positives and putting it together into, getting everything to work right.
Sure, yeah. I mean, this was its maiden voyage with this aero package, right?
Yeah.
Still some learning to do there, I'm sure?
Yeah, some learning, and, some unfortunate incidents probably backtracked us a little bit in terms of on-track development.
Yeah, you were saying you took your front splitter out?
Yeah. Unfortunately, two cases we kind of had front splitter issues. The first was when we were just testing on Thursday, getting up to full speed. We hit 165 miles an hour, and all of a sudden all I feel is a big shake in the front. Coming to the pits, and literally just the air pressure pushed the splitter backwards a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Maybe only about an inch, but that was enough to disrupt the airflow incredibly bad.
Wow.
So we spent all day into night on Thursday just reinforcing the bracing and getting that splitter working good. I'm on a hot lap Saturday morning through turn 9.
170 miles an hour.
170 miles an hour coming this way. Okay.
I'm getting run over.
Very good. And I decide, we're attack mode. The previous lap I had gotten held up going into turn 10.
Yeah.
So through turn 9, floored, into my braking zone, go onto the brakes.
Yeah.
No brakes.
Oh, man.
Downhill, no brakes. Step on the brakes harder, no brakes. Step on the brakes even harder. Lock up the rear though.
Oh, that's not good.
So I'm heading straight into the sand trap. Feels like I'm doing 150 miles an hour still.
Yeah.
And yeah, so lucky there's a sand trap there, and lucky my splitter decided to eat the sand trap and slow the car down.
Ah, so that's why I don't see a splitter here, and I see certain pieces of your canards being organically modified.
It required some
duct tape and
yes, I see that. Yeah,
a
little duct tape there.
Amazingly, the guys at Fortunato, the crew, they went to Home Depot, picked us up some plywood, picked us up some metal. We were able to make another splitter.
Really?
And, yeah, somebody had the jigsaw. The Unit 2 guys had the jigsaw, so I actually, borrowed the jigsaw, cut it out. Actually, I think they cut it out, didn't they?
They cut it out,
So
yeah.
they cut it out for me. And these guys were fixing the mount because I bent the frame to bejesus.
Yeah.
So we're smashing, hammering, and it was amazing. We got the car back out. We wanted to try and get it out for the second last session, but we missed it by maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was 5 minutes. It was just a
And
little bit.
so by the time, we ended up making the last session, and it was okay. It was, a little anticlimactic because, we were just
You
rolling,
thrashed so hard to get it out there.
yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
But in the end, we still put down a decent time.
And that last session was the session you did your
best time.
best time, which was
Yeah.
a 120.
128.06 or something like that.
Right, which was good for second in class,
Second in class.
behind your buddy James,
Correct.
and he was 127 something?
127.2.
Yeah.
You had some other misadventures. You were telling me that you had a head gasket failure.
Yeah, unfortunately we had an overheat that happened during the Friday second session, I believe it was. So we were battling a little bit with overheating for the rest of the weekend. And, whether it was smart or not, we decided to move the coolant overflow bottle into the car, so therefore it wouldn't overflow onto the tire and cause a big drama on track.
Right.
But we also had some interesting excessive water flow inside the car at times.
Not ideal.
So not ideal. It's a little hilarious in the in-car video when you get the chance to watch it.
And as far as the engine goes,
So the engine's been rebuilt since then.
Yeah.
We did a few upgrades as well as obviously replacing the head gasket.
Yep.
The major upgrades were CP pistons actually gave us some heavy-duty piston pins to install.
Okay.
Just so that way as we keep the revs up and it helps prevent the piston pin from distorting and lets us, just make use of that top end
Okay.
better. We also put in some Brian Crowder Stage 2 cams inside here.
Right.
That's basically their top end turbo cam. It was pretty awesome. Like we made about 55 horsepower more at the same pressure. And that was probably at around 7,600 RPM that showed up.
Okay.
We were able to bump up the PSI just a couple pounds more at the very top. So we ended up with the current engine now at 771 wheel horsepower at 21.5 pounds boost.
That doesn't sound like enough, Will. We got to find another 29 horsepower. That's all you need.
Yeah, trust me, we were like, humming and hawing on how far we should push it. But from our last episode where we didn't have a great time with the transmission on the dyno,
Right.
we made the conscious decision of just leaving it where we think we would be happy and
Yeah.
not pushing our luck anymore.
Probably a mature decision.
We know there's a lot more left inside this engine.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we're not even stressing anything out at this point in time in the moment. That turbo's barely working honestly at that power level. And,
Amazing.
there's a lot of excitement left still in it, but at this point in time and moment, I think we're gonna learn to use the 771, try and get our traction control working. Unfortunately, we had some issues with that, and hopefully get all the pieces back into the right place and put some solid laps down.
So what is your next moves then? Is Grid Life your next big event?
Grid Life is our next major event. So we're gearing up right now to get the car ready for it. So still fixing some stuff from Atlanta and hopefully developing a few more aero things before Grid Life.
With that said, now it's time to jump on board with Will and see his fast lap at Global Time Attack Road Atlanta. And our apologies for the in-car audio. Not our gear, but I guess next time we'll have to get Will to put some serious audio gear in there for us. All right, internet, this is Alex Will Salad Tosser. He makes a mean man mayo dressing. He's choking it down now. A little extra protein on there. We're all good. If you guys want to support what we're up to here, you can check out our Patreon page.
And if you don't, that's cool too.
Yeah.